Page 30. Education. Page 31. 4. Education in freedom. The government of Pedro Sanchez has put the finishing touches on the degradation that teaching in Spain has been suffering in recent decades due to the autonomous state, ideological indoctrination in schools and universities, and successive educational laws, which have stopped promoting excellence and quality. The so-called Cellar Law has deepened the inequality between territories, breaking up the content that students receive according to their place of residence, and has represented a direct attack on the constitutional freedom of parents to educate their children according to their moral convictions, to the point of openly stating that children do not belong to their parents. Furthermore, Sanchez has supported the separatist government's use of education to indoctrinate and exclude Spanish from classrooms, contravening the will of families and the decisions of the courts. It is urgent to give Spaniards a free, demanding and quality education, which is a true social lift for young people and an element of national cohesion. Page 32. Our measures. 45. No Spaniard without access to free, demanding and quality school and professional education. It is the duty of the state to ensure all Spaniards access to an excellent public education system, a guarantee of equal opportunities and progress for all young people. 46. We will approve a lasting national education law that establishes common content and whose maxim is to make education an engine of personal development for our youth and an element of national cohesion, far from sectarianism and the radical ideological imposition that have allowed and promoted the parties of the progressive consensus. 47. We will begin the process of returning the powers in education to the state. It is urgent to put an end to 17 different educational models, in some cases mutually exclusive, that have undermined equal opportunities throughout the national territory and have allowed separatist indoctrination in some regions. As a preliminary step, in accordance with the political proposal of España Decide, the Spanish people will be consulted through the application of Article 92 of the Spanish Constitution, relating to consultations on political decisions of special importance, their will on the return of educational competences to the state. 48. Implementation of a single university entrance test throughout the national territory. We will also implement national evaluation exams at different educational stages that ensure the assimilation of basic content throughout Spain. Page 33. 49. We will ensure clearly and immediately the right to be educated in Spanish throughout the national territory. 50. We will pursue educational authorities that impede the right of students to be educated in Spanish or that promote measures of indoctrination of children, implementing an effective state educational inspection system with sufficient powers, including a harsh sanctioning regime. 51. Children do not belong to the state or supranational organizations. They are from their parents. Therefore, we will recover the legitimate authority of parents and their role in the education of their children, starting by guaranteeing parents prior knowledge and acceptance of any effective sexual or ideological content that their children may receive in the classroom. We will repeal the Howard Law and all laws that violate the rights of parents to educate their children in freedom. We will begin by reversing one of its most serious consequences, the presence in the classroom of activists and associations that seek to ideologically indoctrinate children by overriding the authority of their parents. 52. We will protect the free choice of educational center at all levels through a school voucher so that families can freely choose the educational model they want, without their economic or social situation being an impediment to this. Page 34. 53. We will guarantee by law the protection of school-age minors, punishing extremely harshly indoctrination and corruption activities that threaten their innocence. 54. We will promote the recovery of the prestige and authority of teachers, reflected both in their working conditions and in respect within the classroom. To this end, the system for access to the public teaching service will have a national character and will ensure the equality and excellence of teaching staff through selection processes based on merit and ability. 55. No Spaniard should be left unable to study due to lack of economic resources. The scholarship system will be improved at the university and pre-university stages so that education is a true social elevator in which the economic situation is not an obstacle to effort, merit, and ability. 56. We will prevent students from passing the course and obtaining qualifications with failed subjects. 57. We will expand the support system for families for the education of their children with fiscal measures based on the number of children for meals and school transportation, materials, uniform or extracurricular activities. We will also promote family and work conciliation measures. 58. We will defend differentiated education centers, guaranteeing their accessibility and promoting the figure of special educators in all schools and institutes, as well as vocational training adapted to the needs of students. Page 35. 59. The university must be rescued from all totalitarian ideological impositions and its cancel culture, recovering its vocation as a space of freedom and search for truth and beauty. We will guarantee the academic freedom of teachers in the classrooms against the impositions of political correctness. 60. We will dignify the trades and arts by promoting dual vocational training. Vocational training must be an attractive option for our young people to acquire the tools that allow them to access a job or start their own business initiative. 61. Recovery and promotion of the humanities as an essential and transversal element of teaching to all levels to promote the development of our young people. 62. We will update educational curricula, guaranteeing support and demand in the acquisition of content on fundamental subjects, based on scientific evidence. Education will be an essential instrument for the comprehensive training of students and the strengthening of national ties. The curricula will be common to all regions and will take into account the cultural, linguistic, historical, or geographical reality of each region. 63. We will include in the curricula content on the history of Spain, national identity, and the contribution of Spain to civilization and universal history, with special attention to the deeds and exploits of our national heroes, as well as the symbols of the nation, especially the flag, the anthem, and the crown. Knowledge of the cultural manifestations of our nation and Hispanic heritage will also be promoted. Page 36. Some of VOX's most outstanding actions on education in freedom. PNL regarding the adoption of measures to defend the right to education in Spanish, which calls for the application of Article 155 of the Constitution to intervene the Generalitat of Catalonia in order to stop the persecution of Spanish in the classrooms of the educational centers, May 2022. NLP related to the promotion of the humanities in order to transmit the cultural tradition of Spain and the rest of the West, strengthen the principles of effort, study, discipline, and excellence, and arouse love for the search for good, truth and beauty, May 2022. PNL regarding the promotion and protection of special education centers, which asks to guarantee the rights of parents of children with disabilities to choose the schooling of their children in ordinary or special education centers, May 2021. NLP regarding guaranteeing the right of parents so that their children receive religious and moral training that is in accordance with their own convictions, urging the government to ensure the effective observance and fulfillment of the principle of ideological neutrality in education, March 2022. Page 37.